So, here we are for refueling. And obviously there's a Range Rover here. So now he tells me I should be doing this on this side. And this on, I don't know which is on which side, so I'm willing to bet this is here. Yeah, it's got a little rubber. I'm willing to bet this is here, like so. Yeah, and then this is here, like so. Like so, sideways. No, like so. So yeah, this can be done with no training. Look, if I can do it, anyone can. So I've hit the first snag, which is I've came to this mobile charging station and this one isn't working, that one isn't working, so I can't charge. Luckily, one small application download afterwards, I know where there are 3 close by stations, so I'm just going to go and charge there. Even better, the places there for coffee are even better. So it's not a total loss. But that's the Achilles heel of these things, because it needs charging stations, and the charging stations need electrical vehicles, and neither of which seem to exist right now. So sorry, it's on. Neither of which seem to exist, so that's the issue. On the other hand, you're not likely to bump into this issue unless you're doing a test ride, because you're going to either charge it at home or in the office. So it is an issue, but it's somewhat of a non-issue for a day-to-day use. So this one started charging. Here it is, 39% at 4:02 in the afternoon. Range 46 kilometers. And why have you turned on the lights? Did turn on the lights? Why? Just turn yourself off, you dick. Okay. There's a cop over there, so that makes me feel a lot better. Someone can steal this cable though, which is a bit annoying. There's the card. I'll keep the card with me. Yeah, and then now I just have to wait. Now, at least here I can have some decent coffee. I can do some decent stuff around here. Enjoy the touristy spot a bit. This guy though, this guy's a dick. So it's now 4:33, battery's at 53%, 4:34 at 53%. And this little pause was the time for a coffee, drink and a piss. A bit of rest, half an hour. And now I'm going to try and get all the way up to Lisbon and back. Let's see how this works. This is going to be my commute to work, so to speak. Even though the commute will be much slower than what I'm going to do now, because right now, since there's not going to be traffic, I'm going to be zooming ahead quite a lot faster than usual. I'm about halfway through the trip on the daily commute from Cascais to Expo, and battery started at 53, now it's at 42, lost 10% battery, which isn't preoccupying. 20% would be very good to lose on this trip. And I haven't been going slowly, not at all. I've been riding the way I usually ride, not caring about economy whatsoever. The only thing I do about economy is not brake, because since this Harveston has quite a lot of engine braking, just like a regular gas engine, instead of braking I just let her slow down naturally to save fuel. Well, yeah, actually to recharge. I'm going to return, and this was about a commute to work of about 30 kilometers, which spent from 53 to 33, which means I could go back and still have 13, which means I could make 4 trips on 1 battery charge, meaning I'd only have to charge the bike every other day, which is not really that bad, especially if I charge it every night. I can come do a lot of, I can come, go have lunch at home and then return, then go again. My more aggressive styling of riding, meaning I shot out of a very of quite a few intersections, meant I spent a lot more battery than I should have. But it is a valid test. If you ride a bit more aggressively, it will spend more charge. If you want more range, you have to ride more slowly. So this can work to go to work. So let's give it a little juice. And now it is at 28% at 5:29 p.m. Okay. 2.5 hours time remaining. 2.5 hours to charge it completely. Why? If back there it said it was going to take a long time, maybe that charger was slower. Yes. 24 amps, charge time remaining to 23. Weird. I'll leave her here for half an hour so I can return home with peace of mind, because this will take me home. 30% will take me home. Since I took 53%, from 53 to 33, I'll take 20% of charge getting here, 20% charge getting there, and I will still leave me with around 8 or 9%. That should be enough. But I hate riding looking at the gauge, so I'm just going to charge her here for a bit. I have a coffee shop there, I have business to do here, so I'll just do it like that. So it is now 6:23 p.m. and it has charged up to 53% with a time remaining of 1 hour and 41. So I guess the other charger might have been broken. I'll do the math on both and see what's what, but 53% is more than enough for me to go flying back home if need be. So final thoughts on this little beast. Well, one of the odd things about it is that whenever you stop, people stop to stare, especially when you're charging it. And about this is actually a normal motorcycle that just happens to have an engine, and as a motorcycle it is actually quite an excellent machine. Just as a motorcycle, it is a good motorcycle, just off the bat. And then the engine, well, the engine is really strong. It's not powerful, it's strong, it's different. It accelerates at an astonishing rate, and then when it gets to 130, 140, that's like 80 miles per hour, 70, 80 miles per hour, then it starts slowing down because it only has 53 horsepower. Even though that's enough. And at those speeds, power becomes to overcome torque because of the air resistance, so it starts to accelerate more slowly. But getting to 100 kph, that's really fast. You just bolt off every single stoplight, like more than like a scalded cat. You're just instantly away. It's very dosable, the power. It's really nice to ride. It's really nice to corner. Has really good brakes. They're Brambos, dual Brammo disc brakes. You don't see that on every super sport, and yet here it is. So it's a really good bike. It's a really good basic bike. If you'd remove this engine and put on the combustion engine, it would still be an awesome bike. And power-wise, it's great. And then the big problem with these, which is always the range, well, I've done from Estoril to Cascais, then to Guincho, then to Malveira, then the Blue Lagoon Road, and then back the whole way, Estoril, Cascais, and then from Cascais here to Belém, Bethlehem. So I've done, I don't know, I'll estimate it at about 70 kilometers. I'll do the math later on, see the route exactly, see how many kilometers I did, with 30% battery, which is not bad at all. I still have 30% battery left, and I started it with 90, not 100, 90% battery. And I haven't been riding slowly, no, I have been pushing her quite hard. So this does work. Look, I've been riding all day. I've stopped for half an hour for coffee and drink, and I've been riding it the whole afternoon and basically almost the whole day. So you can use this as an everyday bike very easily. It will do 4 30-kilometer commutes on one charge, meaning you can come have lunch home and then return back to work. The only thing, I'm only charging it here because I have business here and I'd be a bit nervous and I don't like to ride on the fuel gauge, so I'll just give her a bit of juice so I make sure, so I am absolutely sure I can make it home with no issues. Yeah, that's it. This is the very first that I know of electric motorcycle that is actually usable. With this price, maybe not viable, but on the other hand, you may be spending 18 grand on this. 8,000 euros is about what? 140 euros a month for 4 years as a loan? Ish, let's make it $150, 150. So, considering that I spend $100 on fuel every month, sometimes even more, that's basically the fuel. And you don't have to pay some taxes, and it's still slightly too expensive to be actually more economical than my bike. But then again, my bike is very economical. If I had an engine this powerful, if I had a 600cc bike, this could actually be cheaper by the month. Cheaper in this. If I have a 600cc bike, I'm going to spend 200 euros on fuel. That's the difference from 10,000 to 18,000 euros, which is what this costs. So the fuel costs I'm saving would make up for the extra cost on this bike, if you roll a lot like I do. Maintenance should be a lot cheaper because this requires nearly no maintenance at all. The only maintenance you'd get would be the chain, the brakes every now and then. That's it, really. So you'd save on maintenance, you'd save on fuel, you'd save on taxes because this is exempt from taxes. If you're lucky and they reinstate some sort of subsidy to buy electrical vehicles, it will be cheaper. If you have a 600cc bike, or if you want to buy a new 600cc or 800 or 700, like an FZ8 or something, this could actually be cheaper by the month, even with a higher loan. Considering you don't spend fuel on it, don't spend money on fuel, because you won't spend money on fuel. You're not going to charge this at home. And if you do, it's supposedly not that expensive. I don't know the math. They say it's 50 cents to charge it. I highly doubt it. Then there's this issue. You try to make a video and everyone stops to take pictures, ask what it does, etc. Because this is certainly brand new. So, could this be an alternative? I think it could. Instead of a 600cc and spending $150 on the loan and then 200 on fuel every month, you join those two, you spend 350 per month and you buy one of these. And you are going to have as much fun. Guaranteed. Interesting, never really thought of it that way. Could this be the first commercial viable electric motorcycle? Interesting. Think about it. Cut your out.